2 points that a person should take note of when looking into critical illness cover. The first is how long that you are being insured for. The key thing. The second key thing that you should look out for is what is the definitions of critical illness. So coming back to the first one, when you talk about length, there are some that actually cover till a particular age, for example 65 or 70 years old. However, for critical illness, generally you'd like to cover it for a lifetime because critical illness can strike anytime. It can be early, it can be late. So it doesn't make sense to cover something that's up till 65 or 70 years old. Coming to the second point, what are the stages of definitions of critical illness? There is the common definition, there is under MAS. So for those definitions, it is a standard clause across all companies. They are the same. However, there are other kinds of critical illness that covers the earlier stage of claims. For the earlier stages of claims, you want to also make sure to find out whether do they cover as 100% in full, or do they cover only a percentage of it. For example, I cover only 20% for early critical illness, and I claim the rest when a full-fledged critical illness comes about. So you want to make sure you know what the definitions are and how it could tweak according to your situation. When a person is diagnosed with critical illness, there are many variations of how a critical illness could affect a person's life. So for example, if a person has got something like a stroke, when a person has a stroke, it takes time for recovery. It can be sometime within 3 to 5 years or even longer than that. So that it depends on what kind of critical illness it's being claimed for. At the same time, it could be something that's very extreme. For example, a kidney dialysis. Kidney dialysis is something where a person needs to be on treatment and follow-ups for the rest of his entire life. If it's going to be for the rest of his entire life, no matter what amount you put to it, it will never be enough, right? And it could also be things like cancer, where it hits you, it's generally not so long-term in nature, but the drainage of resources at the beginning is extremely high. But at the same time, not everything is claimable under the hospitalization and surgery. So you want to have a buffer for scenarios in such cases. So there will never be a perfect answer or optimal amount that can be taken care of. But generally, a rule of thumb that I normally follow is somewhere between 2 to 300,000 for a cost of treatment for that particular illness, plus approximately 3 to 5 years of working income that can potentially be lost down the road, because that would affect your earning ability because you have to stop working, right? Yeah, so a ballpark in general is 2 to 300,000 as a cost of treatment, plus about 3 to 5 years of income because you need time for recovery.